In this video, we are actually going to develop a mini version of the Akinator. Like we discussed in the last class, that Akinator has a huge database of characters, objects, and other things, and it uses special characteristics or special properties of those characters in order to guess the character chosen by a particular player. So today we are going to develop a very short or mini version of Akinator using Python. And the database that I'm going to choose for our activity today is the senior leadership team of the British School Warsaw. So I have 5 people over here, and of course there are many more heads of years and DP coordinator and other learning coordinators also in school, and we can add them too in our program. But for a start, I'm only going to work on these 5 people who are holding very important positions at our school. So I'm going to just begin with Python, and to access Python you need to just use the search bar in your machine, and you need to type IDLE, which stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. Now you might see different versions of Python, but any version which begins with Python 3 is what you're supposed to use. Any version which begins with Python 2 you should not use, because that's not a full complete version and it might not really run properly if you use any version which is lesser than Python 3. So I am on Python 3 right now here, and all I did was just go to file and clicked on a new file so that I get a blank screen and I can start writing my code, right? Now over here, if I look at my database, it's a pretty easy database because out of these 5 people, I only have one person as a male and rest of them are women. Yeah. So first question that I can definitely begin with is asking somebody that, is the person a male? Answer Y or N. So I'm asking a question to the person that, is the person is a male or not, right? So if answer 1 is equals to Y, then I can very easily guess that it's the vice principal of the school. Sorry. Right? So he's the vice principal of our school, and I was easily able to guess because the answer that I got from the person was yes, he's a male. Okay. Now over here, I want you to just look at the first line. When I was asking a question, I used an input function in Python, right? Input is a function which lets you ask questions from somebody who's running your program, and any input that you receive, it gets stored in a variable. So if the person who's running your program answers Y, the value of answer 1 is going to be Y. If the person says N, which means no, answer 1, the value of answer 1 is going to be an N. Okay. And in this case, when we ask for an input and assign a value, we use a single equal sign. Okay, like in maths, when we say x is equals 4. So we are saying that x is actually equal to the value 4. Same way we are saying the value of answer 1 can be y or it could be n, right? But if you see line number 2, over here also I have used equal sign, but here I have used double equal sign. Okay, because over here I am not saying that the value of answer 1 is y. I'm actually checking by using if. I'm saying if answer 1 equals y. So here I'm comparing, I'm checking something, right? So if the answer to the first question is a y, which means the person is a male, it is very easy for me to guess because the only person who's a male out of those 5 senior leaders of the school is just the vice principal. Okay, now here, else if, saying that else if meaning if the answer to the first question is a no. So I'm saying elif. Elif is a small short keyword which is used in Python to just say else if answer 1 is a no. Okay, which means the person is not a male, right? Now, if the person is not a male, then of course I will have to ask further questions in order to guess whether that's Miss Hill, Miss Fournier, Miss Prabhu, or Miss K. Parker. I don't know, right? I only know that the person is a female, right? So I can ask further questions like, The second question that I can ask somebody is to input and tell me that is she the principal of the school? Okay, is she the principal of the school? If answer 2 is equals y, please note again that I've used double equals because I'm comparing or checking the value of answer 2. If this answer 2 is y, then I can clearly say that it's Miss Yu Hill who is the principal of the school. Okay, but what if answer 2 was a no, which means she is a female, yes, but she is not the principal of the school. Okay, so then I will have to ask further question to ask, is she the head of primary? Is she the head of primary school? If the answer that I received is equals to y, so yes, I can print, I can say that it's Miss Joanne Prabhu whom I'm talking about. But if the answer 3 is equals to n, it's a no. If it's a no, then I will again ask a question that another input, and this time I will ask, does she work at the early years center? Okay, and if answer 4 is equals to y, I can guess that it's Miss K. Parker McMahon because she's the only one who works at the early center. Elif, else if answer 4 is equals to n, then I really don't have to ask any further questions because actually I have asked questions about Miss Hill, Miss Prabhu, Miss K. Parker McMahon, and if none of these are true, then of course the program will be able to guess that I'm actually talking about Miss Fournier. Okay, like that. Okay, now let me save this. Let me just quickly save this program and let me run it for you. So the first question that the program should ask me, is the person a male? So if I say yes, then it's going to quickly show me the only male leader of the school who is the vice principal. Let me rerun it again, and this time I am going to think about, let's say, Miss K. Parker McMahon. So is the person a male? No, she is a female. Is she the principal of the school? No, she is not. Is she the head of primary? No. Does she work at the early years? Yes. So it's going to be her, right? So for every person, I've only asked one question, but in your program, you can actually make it more diverse by asking different, different questions like, does she have short hair? Does she belong to Barcelona? Or does she belong to a particular place? Or some other questions, okay, which will make it more diverse. Yeah. One more thing that I would like to do in my program is that when somebody answers that the person is a male, I have only given them one choice, right? But if you look around in your school, there are many other positions being held by male members. Okay, like we have Mr. Vinant, we have Mr. Bell, we have Mr. Bentley, who are the head of ears, and we have Mr. Prabhu, who's the DP coordinator. So you can actually make it more diverse. Okay, like over here, if somebody answers that yes, he is a male, right? So rather than just printing Mr. Vice Principal, you can actually ask another question. I'm using answer 5 because I have used answer 2, 3, 4 over here. So I have to use another name for holding that value. So if the answer to the first question is a Y, that he's a male, I'm going to ask another question. Is he the vice principal? Right? So if answer 5 is equals to y, then you print that we are talking about Mr. Lepkowski. Okay. But if answer 5 is a no, then I will have to ask further questions. Let me ask something like input. Is he one of the head of years in our school? Right? If answer 6 is equals to, let's say, yes, that he is one of the head of years, right? Then I'll ask another question because there are people who are head of years and males. So I'm going to ask input is, or let me say, does he teach Spanish? Okay. If answer 7 is equals to y, then we know it's Mr. Bentley who is the head of year and who teaches Spanish. Okay. LF, if he does not teach science, then does not teach Spanish, then what? Okay, so if the answer to the above question, Spanish, is a no, then again another question will have to be asked. Input, does he teach science? Right? If answer 8 is equals y, that yes, he teaches science, then print Mr. Bell is the answer. Okay, right? So over here I have made some more variety in this thing. So you can even add more positions over here, more people, more database. I mean, you can build a variety of database. Let's see, let me just save it and run. Let me run it thinking that it's Mr. Bell whom I am looking for. Okay, so let me assume that it's Mr. Bell. So is the person a male? Yes. Is he the vice principal? No. Is he one of the head of year? Yes. Does he teach Spanish? No. Does he teach science? Yes. So it's Mr. Bell. Okay. So variety of questions you need to ask. And also, as I said, I mean, work on different characteristics, maybe physical characteristics of people, or people who belong to different places, or people who have been here for a long time. Maybe, I don't know, Mr. Bentley might have spent 2 years in the school, and maybe Mr. Letkowski is quite, he spent more number of years. So, looking at all of these data, you need to build a strong database and this kind of a program. If you notice, there are spaces over here that are intentionally being introduced, right? Because here what we are doing is we are writing multiple if statements, and Python needs to know that if I'm saying elif, so this elif actually belongs to this if. Okay, so if answer 5 is equals to y, elif answer 5 equal to n or no. Okay, so this if and this elif are in the same line over here. Okay, if you see here, this if and this elif are in the same line, same alignment, and there is space in front of them. So you need to make error-free program like this. You can choose, let's say, 5 of your friends or any 5 favorite characters from a movie or from a cartoon or any other thing that you can think about, and create a program so that other people are able to play with it, just like we've developed just now.